Hello, Mzansi, and welcome to the third edition of our show on the sixth day of the national lockdown. We've had a member of this group that's been with us for some time now, and his name is Byron Macdonald. Now, he's a very interesting person. He's going through a whole bunch of challenges, his own personal challenges in life, but he's found a way to turn those challenges into not obstacles, but motivators. And he's chosen to share his ambition and his motivation with the world. And we're very happy to have him join us on the show. He's going to tell us a little bit more about his journey and what he's doing with that. So Byron, without further ado, how are you, my friend?
I'm excellent, man. Just want to first of all say thank you to you guys. This initiative is so perfect. It's spreading so much positivity in a time of negativity, you know? So first off, kudos to you guys. It's just positive. It's part of my movement, part of what I want to spread in life.
Fantastic. Okay, Byron. So I mean, let's start at the beginning. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and where you are at the moment.
So I'm born in Galois. It's a little area in Cape Town. So 31 years old. Let me just give a bit of my professional background. So I've always been in the entertainment industry. A young guy going out there, starting his own thing, trying to be an entrepreneur. But of course, obstacles in life happen. You have to go further. And I started a career in radio also. I don't want to elongate on that because that's not what we're here for today. But my background is mostly in the media side of things. But challenges, of course, came alight in 2018. And that is I got cancer. That's terminal cancer. And that's stage 4. So what I had to do is reevaluate my life and see how I can turn it into a positive thing.
So let me just get this straight. You are currently sitting with stage 4 cancer as we speak right now.
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
And how are you coping with that in your own personal life? I mean, surely this must be quite daunting. And obviously you've got a family.
That's right. What you said there is perfect. Life still happens to all of us. So you still got relationships to deal with. That's with your family, your spouse, whoever. You still got life that happens, finances, all those things still happen to us, not just the cancer. So it's a bit of a struggle at times. But if you look at life is a blessing. Life happens to us, like I just said now. So what I've done in my life, I looked rather at the blessing side of things. So this cancer came at the bad time. I was on the way up in my career. I was shooting for the stars as every young man reaching his dreams, but cancer came and I looked at it. I said to myself, flip, man, this cancer just came at the time where I'm going to achieve all my goals, all my dreams. But then I reevaluated things and I said, but come on, man, you're a spokesperson, you're a social person. Maybe this is your purpose to reach out to people because of all this negativity that's happening in the world. Look, I've always been a positive guy. So that's on my side. And having the parents that I have, the support system that I have in life, that's actually helped me to the stage also.
Byron, I think there's a lot of people out there, you know, that must be listening to you speaking now and thinking to themselves, how on earth do you find the silver lining in a situation like this? Tell us about what it is that you want to share with the world, what you want to give to the world during this time.
So look, what I want to share with the world is that, bluntly to put it out there, we have an inevitable. I don't want it to sound all doomy and gloomy. We know we're born and we know we're passing on one day. So my biggest message is acceptance to whatever happens to you in life. You understand? So a lot of us know that we are going to pass on to a new life. We're going to, maybe you don't believe in the afterlife, but a death is inevitable. I don't want to use that word or not make it sound negative. But as soon as we start accepting things in our life, your life will be positive. Look, we all want to leave a legacy. We all want to leave a purpose. And my daily message is always, the purpose is you in the end of the day. We keep on searching for a purpose in life. And you'll see me knock on it every day. If you take accountability for your life and you understand that you have a purpose in this world, not to go and search for a purpose, but know that you are the purpose. And humans should connect, especially during these times of COVID. As we can see, a lot of people are distancing from each other, but yet we have that longing to connect with each other, especially with this technology. You get what I'm saying? So we want to connect each and every day, and that's our purpose in life as humans. You get a lot of people in life today. They say that you have to love yourself, but I tell people a lot of times, don't misunderstand it. To be obsessed with yourself and to loving yourself, it's two different things. So loving yourself is mean I have this phrase that I use each and every day. It's called never lose your kind hearts, love every day, and put God first. What I mean by never losing your kind hearts, I mean, even if you go through adversities, any adversity, just remember who you are, remember your values, remember why you are on this planet, and also to love every day. It's such a beautiful thing to love yourself, yes, but to love others more is so much more beautiful. And putting God first, I'm not saying that you have to push any religious views on yourself. I'm just saying that look at the sky, look at the moon, look at things bigger out there in life and say that life is bigger than what I am, especially during these times. You can see we're basically locked in cages at the moment because we can't connect with the world, but the world's going on, meaning the world's bigger than what we think that we are. You get what I'm saying?
I love that message. I really do, Byron. Tell me something. So, I mean, now that you said that your career was on the up and up, and then you got burdened with this with cancer. But what is it pushed you to do? I mean, what fundamental changes have you made in your life, and how are you giving back currently?
So what I've made in my life, the little changes, not big changes I've made in my life. I just say to myself, whatever I put out there is something that I want to put out there each and every day. Look, we're all suppressed by society. Society, I mean by others, to do other things, to live a certain way of life. But we forget that we have a different way of happiness compared to everybody. We're all human in the end of the day. You and I have a different outlook in life. So you might say, I am completely happy just sitting at home, completely happy just sharing with my wife and kids. Now a different person would say, I'm completely happy just working every day. But because of society, we look at the happiness in a different way. We look at girls also wearing, let's use this example. I like using eccentric examples. You look at girls maybe comparing themselves to other girls because they see, okay, this type of guy is liking that and this type of guy is liking that. It doesn't mean that you're going to be happy and fulfilled. Fulfillment is a different thing. As soon as you understand yourself, that's the key thing. I started understanding myself and I said, what's the main thing I want to do? I know I'm going to die. No matter what, if it's today, tomorrow, in 20 years, in 30 or 40 years, that's for all of us, unfortunately. And I don't like using negative words, but it can be a positive word because then it can, if you look back at yourself and you say, look, I'm going to pass on, but do I want to live this life? And even if I'm here for 87 years, there's a saying, let's say, I don't want to digress, that you can live for 87 years, but die at 25, meaning that you've never lived a full life, because you've never lived through up to your true potential. I could be living a better life than someone that's 90 years old because I'm living my purpose, which my purpose is what I want to serve to the world. So what I want to serve to the world is just a lot of positivity. And that is to connect with others. And my purpose in the end of the day is to love. That's the biggest purpose. There's no other purpose than loving in this world. And that's why I say your guys' movement came at the most perfect time. It's like God sent. Like I said, I love what you guys are doing. A lot of people might say, professionals out there might say, what, they haven't planned this properly. They haven't gone through this properly. But you're serving a bigger purpose. You're doing what your gut feel is. In your gut feel, that means you have no fear. That means you are living with your heart. You are putting out there what you think is going to be right in the world. They say in a lot of scriptures in life also that if you put out pure intentions, that means you are serving your purpose, which you guys are doing. And that's what I want to serve to the world. And that's my message to a lot of people in the end of the day. As long as you serve your purpose, as long as your intentions are pure in life, that is the biggest thing you can serve. So in the end of the day for me is being motivated each day and re-energizing myself each day and loving each day. My friend, if you know how important that is, you know how wonderful it is to love and to receive love. We can say we want to love ourselves. Come on, to love it, to get external love, that's such a warm feeling. Why do we praise? Why do we look for bigger things? Why do we grab onto faith? It's because we want to be loved and to be known. I mean, each and every animal on this planet, be it the insect, the ant, be it whatever it is, they know their purpose. But as humans, unfortunately, don't know because we are our purpose. We are on this planet to connect and love. Look at how we are connecting now. I don't want to go back to what I said, but I just want to get it out there. We are forcing to connect with each other. We are missing it. Doesn't that tell us a lot? That we are here to love, not to push away, not to look at each other's differences, but to see that we all unique in our own and individual way.
Byron, your message is very powerful. My mother's actually sitting here listening to this. She's in tears over here. You've got her in tears. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are listening to the story right now and you're really connected with them emotionally. I think Byron, you know, we live each day and we assume that we'll wake up tomorrow and that tomorrow is just a given, but it's not. It's a gift. And every moment that we have on this earth, including this one right now where you and I are here, it must be filled with some purpose. I believe that this conversation we're having is filled with purpose, because somewhere out there we're talking to people they're feeling broken, they're feeling hurt, they're feeling alone, they're feeling lost, they're feeling like their life is about to end. Perhaps their businesses have collapsed. Perhaps their relationships at home have collapsed. But as long as you have got this opportunity to give of yourself and to serve some purpose in your life, there is no greater gift. And I feel like many people are struggling to have purpose, to find purpose in their lives. And there's one thing that we're doing now during this time of COVID, where everybody is disconnected, as you say, but connected more so than ever, is about finding our purpose and finding a way to serve. I mean, how do you what is the value of serving others, do you find in this time? I mean, especially since you know that, you know, perhaps you are going to live a full life and perhaps you won't. What is your feeling on how important it is to serve others during the time we have?
Look, I'm just going to go back to what you said about relationships and stuff. So like I said, life still happens to us no matter what adversity you're facing, because life is going on. Life's hard. We need to understand that. Life is hard. If life's not going to be hard, you're not going to be living. Because if you stand up each day and you're breathing, then you know you're alive. You should be just lucky. Life's a gift in the end of the day. There's this motivational speaker, he's called Gary Vee. He says 400 trillion to 1, you are lucky to be in this world. You know what I mean? That's already a miracle. So look, life's already, when you're born, you're a miracle. Plain and simple. That's what you should look at. Life's a gift. So what do you do with your gift? You cherish it. If you love your gift, you cherish it, right? So if you're going to start treating your life as a gift, you're going to look at it differently. That's what I tell people each and every day. Look, I don't want to put it out there, but I just need to shed some light. So a lot of people might not connect with me because they think it's just about the cancer. But I went through a divorce at the same time during my cancer, and it's a mutual agreement. I don't want to put any blame on anyone, on any of us. Life happens. It's a hard, sore thing. We got kids we love and all those things. But this is how life happens, and you should just flow with life. If it doesn't work for you that way, you must say, is there a reason, this energy of life? And I don't want to force people, because a lot of people are scared when you speak about so-called supernatural things, which is energy which is out there that pushes us together. If you tell yourself each day and you say, look, this happened to me now and I can't do anything about it. Like the old saying, say, if you can't do something about it, why worry? If you can do something about it, why worry? So life happens to us, not for us, but life happens to us, meaning we should take action. That's where action comes in. I know a lot of Christians would like to say, and I don't put the religious views, they say, God won't put me through storms and if things happen in my life. But yes, God won't, but God's given you signs. So don't take that part of the scripture out of life and say, God won't put me through storms. Take the action part and say, what can I do to adjust my life to say, okay, God has given me this sign and the storm has happened maybe to push me into a better way of life. If you change your mindset, the world is so negative, and I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to say this, it's easy to be negative. Why don't you want to challenge yourself? Because you're scared of what you can become. Don't be scared, because there's something great inside of all of us, no matter who you are, no matter what adversity you're facing. This might be a small 0.0% than what other people are facing out there. There's people in poverty, people that can't feed themselves. I mean, look, today I had a struggle with my medical aid, and I know there's people that don't have medical aid that's going through this. I mean, humans are not being controlled by the professionalism, the industrial engineers out there. I say in the end of the day, we should become more empaths in the end of the day. We classify ourselves as empaths. It's easy to classify someone else as a narcissist. But if we look within ourselves, where we're looking, where we're working, if we treat each and everyone as our family, let's put it like as such, not just our close family and say, well, I look after you. I don't care. I'm a businessman. The other one, I don't care about. But when it happens to my family, it affects us. Come on, life affects all of us. Even if it's not affecting you directly, it is affecting you, because we're all connected in the end of the day. But without digressing, I want to say, stand up each day and tell yourself, look, I've got a purpose in life. Why am I alive? For a reason I'm alive. That's point number one. I'm a miracle. That's the point number one. I'm on this planet. I'm a blessing and I'm a miracle. I'm a blessing to myself. I'm a blessing to others out there. So what's the use of spreading negativity? Point number one, that's point blank. It's not going to benefit you. It's just going to make your mind negative. As soon as you feed yourself any negative thoughts, you're going to feed the world negativity. And then you're going to depress yourself. But as soon as you're putting positivity out there and people start encouraging, what do we look for in the end of the day? I just wanted to get on that point, is the recognition, right? So me serving a purpose to others is giving me recognition. It's pushing up my so-called dopamine in my body, putting up my positivity in my body, and keeping me stronger and letting go forward. Let's get it like this. I had 6 months, so to say, to live. I am on terminal cancer in the end of the day. I am told that my liver is inoperable. I'm told that my cancer is spread to my lungs. But yet I am not afraid because I've accepted the word I used in the beginning. If you accept that life is happening to us, no matter what you're going through, even with this COVID-19, because I know a lot of people stuck there because that's generally what the brain does. It's stuck on something that's being micromanaged and put out there because the whole world is going through it. But as soon as you look at that and say, but this COVID is happening to me, but I can change it for me in the end of the day. That's basically what I put out. Look at the positivity you put out. It's going to come back to you.
Beautiful. If you've just joined in, we are talking to Byron Macdonald. Byron currently has stage 4 cancer, and he's joining us today just to talk a little bit about his journey and his reason for being. And I think a lot of this conversation is centered around purpose. Just having a look at our live feed here, there's a lot of people that are currently connecting with us, Byron. If you have any questions you want to ask Byron, if there's anything that you want to share with us and add to this conversation, please feel free. All you need to do is put your comments into the bottom of this discussion. One of the comments we got was from Kaisari Mudley. Mother Teresa said, love is the only thing that can be experienced in life that can be given away. How beautiful is that?
That's beautiful.
You're inspiring a lot of people over here. You really are inspiring a lot of people. Guys, please feel free to tune in, drop your comments. We'll connect with you during this live feed. Byron, listen, it sounds like you've really done some amazing things with your life, and you've really internalized where you are, and that you're pushing really aggressively with purpose. Tell us what you're doing on the motivational talks front. I see you've been quite active in motivational speaking. Tell us how that's been going for you.
Yes, so that is part of my purpose in the end of the day, my motivational speaking. So look, I've always wanted to be a motivational speaker before my cancer, but in the end of the day, people's not going to listen to you because there's a lot of professional guys out there, despite being in the radio industry, despite being in the entertainment industry. If you don't have the billions to back yourself up, people don't really look at you. They're just going to look at you, it's another guy trying and there's another guy putting himself out there. But look, I looked at it as a blessing. I said, wow, I got cancer. Now I can spread my message, the same message I wanted to spread before this. And I said, wow, God, and I don't want to push religious views upon anybody, but I said to my God, and I said, wow, thank you for this cancer. It's actually giving my reason that I wanted. I wasn't depressed ever. I just said, how can I put my message of positivity out there? No one wants to listen to me. They're going to say, you're just another radio guy. You're just another entertainer. You're just going to cover this, people. But I want to cover the world. That is my purpose. No one's going to stop me. Even if I pass on, my word will still carry on. And I believe in that. And as soon as you start believing in your own things, trust me, my friend, it will cover. Like you guys, your purpose will carry on. No matter if you're not there tomorrow, they will say, Jared, you, Anita, and Jared has started this thing. Wow. They left a legacy behind, and that's what all we want to do in the end of the day. Leave a legacy. Our kids' names will carry on. Our kids will walk into a door and say, that is Jared's child. That's Anita's child. That's Byron's child. Let's help them because the love carried through, no matter how professional are. People forget this each and every day. They say, well, I need to do a deal, especially in the sales industry. I've been in that industry also. How fortunate am I? Especially in the sales industry, I tell a lot of guys, you're so concentrated on the product. Do you know you're speaking to a human at the end of the other phone? Connect with that person, first of all, before you start selling to that person. Would you like someone just to pick up your phone tomorrow and tell you, oh, I have a brilliant product. Do you want to buy it? And this is going to serve this to you or your benefit your company this way. No, first connect with that person, build a relationship, and then you sell to that person. I mean, come on. How did I connect with you? I send you an email, you were human, you looked at that, you did not hesitate to post it on the next day because you had that empathy as a human to say, wow, this is going to touch people, this is not going to serve me. You served me in the end of the day, which is serving you. It's coming back to you in the end of the day. You get what I'm saying, Jared?
Beautiful, Byron. Absolutely beautiful. What is your, I mean, if you had one message that you would like to give South Africa right now, what would that message be during this very difficult time that we're in?
Look, my message always is I'm going to stick to my philosophy and my lifestyle. And that's never to lose your kindness, love every day, and put God first. Like I said in the beginning, never lose your kindness despite whatever adversity you're facing, despite what you're going through. Even if you go through a divorce, even if you've been in an accident, even if you got a terminal disease, no matter, even if you lost your job finance-wise, I mean, there's beggars on the street that's still smiling at me each day. That gives me some words of motivation. Come on, they're still human. And loving every day, connecting with others, because I mean, like I said, you want other people to love you, but you first need to give before you can receive. There's too many takers out there. Let's start being givers, all of us. Not judge, but give without expecting. And putting God first, meaning put something higher than yourself first. Grab onto something and say, well, I am where I am, even if I'm not religious, but I can look at the moon and I can acknowledge that we are not alone here, that this world, this universe is out there. Whatever's out there, it's much more bigger than my life, but I am a miracle in the end of the day.
Phenomenal. So just one of our members has said, Precious Ginger, you inspire a lot of people. Thank you and God bless you. We've had Anastasia Adams saying, what an amazing perspective. We've had Joan Arnestad. Life is what happens while you're busy making plans. Now, how beautiful is that? Life is not busy while you're busy making plans. You know, we can have the biggest and greatest ambitions to achieve things, but life will decide what, when, and how. And I think that's just the message at the end of the day, you know, is that we only have so much control. There's only so many things we can control. And those things are basically the premise upon which we built this platform. You can control your mind, you can control your emotions, you can control your actions, but everything else around you, you have no control over. And there's a level of surrender. And there has to be a level of peace that comes from that, knowing that I don't have to try and control the world. I don't have to change the world. I just have to change myself and be the best version of myself that I can be in order to affect the world. And if we have 58 million people thinking like that, what a beautiful country this would be. And if we had the whole world thinking like that, what a beautiful world we'd live in. Byron, I just want to thank you very much for giving us your time today. If people want to get hold of you, perhaps there are people that are going through some mental, psychological, physical challenges, how would they reach out to you?
So look, I've started my Facebook page a couple of months ago, and it's just my name, Byron Macdonald. You'll find me, if you find me on this personal platform, I think it's a link above this article also, or this live. So you'll find me there. And I do a show called every Wednesday just to connect with me, because it's difficult to respond on messages, as you would know, to everybody. So I like to answer questions which I can in my way. So it's not saying it's the right way, but it's a way of life, of how I look at life, my perspective with life. I just want to go back to what you were saying. The mind is not something we can control. I would like to say, people, something I also struggle with is try to not think. It's difficult because the brain is there to stop you from moving forward. I know a lot of people say you need to think over certain situations. Yes, you do indeed. But try to not think. It sounds like a stupid analogy, but if you stop thinking for a second and you just do make decisions, come on, my friend, you don't know where life can lead you. Stop thinking. The brain stops you from doing things. Move forward with your purpose and your life and your emotions, and be in tune with it and know who you are. Find yourself first before you can find someone else also.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Byron Macdonald, thank you so much for giving us your time. We really enjoyed your speaking. Hope to have you on again soon. Take care.
Pleasure, my friend. Keep well. Love you, man.